I think we're starting to see a pattern here as to what's actually a good deck. Make sure you guys smash the link, grab out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more on content. We have another week in the review for next play, and I gotta tell you, seeing the changes between this particular meta and a lot of how the OCG in general has been pretty interesting. Now, you do see a very heavy emphasis still on Yummy as your big participant this week. 4 out of your field is playing this, which, I mean, most people are going to kind of latch on to the better deck. I also do see that we have Lunalight making another shocking appearance again. This is actually our second week in a row of seeing double Lunalights in action here. Now, we also have 2 copies of Draco Tail making their appearance. I think the OCG's pretty much gotten this deck figured out and the way that they want to approach its ratios. And honestly, I think it's been working out decently well in the course of the meta for what people have been testing. I'm not really surprised to see that, this deck is doing as well as it is. We also have one Doom Z Duelist. Definitely a list to be seeing, that's for sure. We did have one White Forest. We've also got one Chimera Duelist. We've been seeing a lot of Chimera actually kind of getting a chance to show up. And I think I've been pretty excited to see that. This Chimera Duelist has been doing wonders out here every single week with how they've been doing. So I think that's actually pretty good. We also had an Enneacraft Duelist doing its job. We also have Tempine Friends. Looks like we also had a Predaplant list. Don't know what that's doing there. We had some Malice Action, some Labyrinth. We also had Hero. I'm honestly surprised after Tactical Try. It feels like Hero just really has not gotten off of the ground in regards of, just feeling like a better deck. And we also have some action for good old Ryzel. Ryzel has just fallen so far off of the meta in the OCG. You can also tell, where's the Vanquishal at this week? There is none present in this event, which, I mean, Vanquishal, it's still a good deck, but I mean, when you're using a snapshot of a meta, it happens. All right, so what's our top 8 looking like here? We did have 3 Yummy players converting. I feel bad for the one Yummy Duelist that was not able to overcome the meta. That's freaking hilarious to me, actually. We did have Ryzel making its way into top 8. Honestly, I think I'm more surprised about that than anything. Just kind of considering what's going on with that. Also, we have Rose Dragons making their way into Top Cut. I, to the best of my knowledge, do not have that Rose Dragon list. I really wish I did. I wish I could be a little bit more excited for that, but I don't think we get that. Also appears that Draco Tail is doing its job here, clearing things up. Not all that surprising. We also had Heroes making their way into Top Cut. I unfortunately don't have that list either. I think that would have been a very, very cool list to see. And then we have Lunalight bringing up the rear here. This one Lunalight Duelist has been just infiltrating Top Cuts and smashing it through because Lunalight ended up winning this event. And I am very much surprised just by the overall presence and pressure that I feel like this meta in general has been facing. So let's pass on over so you guys take a look at those deck lists. Winning our event was none other than Lunalight. Now, at this point in time, I don't think any of us should be surprised to know that Lunalight has just turned into this massive destroyer of dreams in the OCG. Especially when you can ignorantly main deck triple, heavy polymerization and just get the ability just to fuse going second. Like, that just tears opponents apart. We've also got the triple Book of Eclipse in the deck as well to get the board breaking side of things up and running. Now, we're also been playing 2 Liger Dancer, which I think is fine. We're also side decking the Lunalight Fusion, which I don't really feel like I like that all that much. I feel like you do want to have the one built into the main deck, but this deck is already main decking both Call by the Graves, and you're already at 41 cards. So it feels like effectively you're trying to keep the deck as super optimized as you can for, actual reasons. So I guess I can understand why you might not want to approach that. Also, Salesman in the side deck is a hilarious card to be bringing in, but with what you're working with here, I am not surprised to see this deck performing as well as it has been. Ooh, we have King of the Swamp Turbo. So first of all, good stuff to actually seeing the OCG bringing in the turbo aspect of this deck. Now I also do see that we are playing the spell card that lets us fuse for Dark Magician specifically. That's interesting. Okay. Also see that we're playing the Dark Magician quick play, or the monster that lets us contact or blink out for it. That's an interesting choice as well. I also do see we're going with the triple Shaddoll in here for the draw power. That's fine, because Making Winda is a stupid fantastic card for what it is. I see our side deck. We have triple or double Phantasme. We have all of the floodgates moved back into the side deck. We've seen recently a lot of Dracotail lists. We're playing more of the heavy floodgate stuff, where, I don't really think of that was necessarily a bad thing, because being able to bring in that heavy, crazy card advantage against the opponent and just floodgate them out of the game is good. Also, you got the super polys on the side deck. So yeah, this is just fusion good stuff, set up, and then go through and do the full level of disruptions against the opponent. Next up here, we have Yummy. Oh man, poor Lollipop. Already's been cut down to 1 now. So this is what I was talking about when we, eventually get to Marshmallow here. And we do see, changes coming down for this. I think, we will see some differences in that regard. Maybe TCG will play multiple Lollipop. I don't know. We're also only main decking 1 Hornet Drones. The fact that Engage just got straight cut, and they're like, oh, hey, if I open up the Hornet Drones, we're able to go through full combo. I also see we're playing the Dominuses in here with the 1 Black Goat Laughs. That seems fine. Also triple Judgment in the side deck. The fact that this deck gets away with side decking triple Judgments going first, does like a full interactive Yummy board, sets up, and then if the opponent thinks that they're going to get 1 over on you, like boarding in Raigeki or something, you have that Judgment to prevent your field from getting, annexed and blown out of the sky. And I think that particular level of protection and anticipation is one of the things that tends to make this deck look very, very good on paper. And then, we have another Yummy list here. Now, this Yummy list is going with triple Dominus Purge in the main deck. It's that, or you're going with the Black Goat Laughs. This build also is main decking droplets as well. I can tell that the OCGs tried to, hybrid the Board Breaker build together with, the Hand Trap build, just trying to get the best of both worlds. And I don't hate that idea. All jokes aside, I think if you can find that perfect balance to make that work, you're going to work out very, very well. Now, this list did go with the 2 Lollipop, which I think is, once again, fine. You just want to make sure that you have all of those names just so you can do a thing. Obviously, Obedience School's going to get to see as many names as you're going to possibly want to have, especially if you open up a Marshmallow. You're just going to feel like an absolute amazing duel. So I also see we are side decking the Gravity Collapse. Gravity Collapse is just a free auto-win button, man. If you actually do draw the Gravity Collapse, you just feel like an absolute scumlord because you just blew your opponent out of the game, and there's absolutely nothing that they can do to really recover back into that. So that's interesting. And then our last list here is Enneacraft. Enneacraft this week going with the triple whale in the main, and then we're kind of reducing the numbers on the other number, or on the littler guys. Well, trying to maintain the 12 Rotas is fine. We're going with 1 Scorpion and 1 of the little Armadillo, or 2 of the Armadillo, which is fine. Maximizing on triple of the placement, triple the shuffle back, and triple of the field spell is also good. And we are relying on Destructive Daruma Cannon here. Honestly, just a well-timed Daruma Cannon to reset everything on your field, to reactivate everything, is kind of insane. I also see post-side decking, we have the Ultimate Slayers, the books, the Dimensional Fissures, Mind Crushes, everything anti-meta that you need to slow down your opponent, you actually are going to get access to, which is truly a wonderful occasion. So what do you guys think about everything? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.